Welcome to this live where I'm super excited to be bringing on a special guest today. Going to be bringing in my client Kirsty, who has been having the time of her life inside my program, Your Freedom Formula. She has been having such incredible success lately. I'm going to be bringing her on to talk about it. Hi ladies, super excited to bring it on my client Kirsty. Hi, give us a wave if you're coming in. So today we're going to be talking about, here she is. Today we're going to be talking about right now, and also the journey that she has been through, the time that I've known her, because this woman has been on a journey. And so I wanted to share that with you. Here she is. Hey, Kirsty.
Hello. How are you? Okay.
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks.
Amazing. How has your morning been?
Yeah, it's been really good, thanks. Quite busy. How about you?
All good. I know you're doing exciting things. I don't know if you want to reveal them just yet, but I know you've been up to exciting things this morning that your future clients are going to have the most incredible experience. So super excited.
Yeah, it's all secret at the moment.
Keeping it all under wraps.
Yeah, until I'm ready.
Well, super exciting. I know you've been out of the house on a little journey that future clients will get the benefit of. So for people that are new around here or don't know you, do you want to introduce yourself, who you are, who you help, what you're here on this earth to do?
I mean, like, just a little question there, Sarah. So yeah, my name's Kirsty. I am an inner child healer and coach, and basically I work with women to remove blocks in their business by healing their inner child, to really unlock that next level in their business by removing all the stuff that's held them back since childhood. And trust me, like, there is a lot that shows up in business. I think, like, if you're a successful business owner, you know that the only way to get there is to do the internal work, because your business is going to hold up a mirror to you in like ways that you never thought it would, and you have to confront parts of you in order to reach that next level. So I take a lot of women back to their childhood, heal their mother wounds, heal their father wounds, gain that connection with their inner child, and yeah, help women get business success and put money in the hands of good women to do good things in the world. That's literally my mission.
I love that. Absolutely love that. Whoop, whoop. So taking it back to, because when would we have met? Was it like start of this year?
Yes.
Taking things back. So people who are watching and also catching the replay. So Kirsty came into my world around the start of this year. I would say around February, sometime around then.
Yeah.
Do you want to like explain how we came together?
Totally. So I had invested quite a significant amount of money in a coach who had basically ripped off all my ideas, and I was in such like a wounded place with coaching and all of this type of stuff. And bless you, Sarah, going back and forth in the DMs being like, make sure your nervous system is ready, like don't just invest in another thing, which like I really appreciated at the time, because I felt like I'd been burnt so badly with this coach that had just ripped off all my ideas. And I think, like, yeah, it started with Sally, my social media manager at the time, and she was like, oh, I'm going to this event which is like main character energy, do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure, because we were planning to meet up in London anyway. So then I started to follow you, and I was like, this girl, like, and I say this with love, irritates the shit out of me because she is triggering so much stuff within me. And I was like, yep, she's the right coach for me.
So like, I'm annoyed, but I need to feel these things. There's a reason why this is coming up.
Totally. I'm like, I was just like going through this thing of like really like rejecting you, and I was like, everything she's saying is so right, and I don't want her to be right. So yeah, everything that you were saying was like completely spot on. It spoke directly to me, like you were reading my life back to me. And I think like the freedom formula, obviously like it's a great fucking name, right? And like freedom in my life is what I absolutely deeply crave, because I'm just not this person that's built for 9 to 5. I'm just not. And yeah, at that time I was just like, right, it's time to really make an investment and to invest in my freedom, because at the time I hated sales. I hated sales. I felt it was always icky. I kind of used to show up on social media and be like, hi, here's this like thing I'm selling, and like put it on my stories like once and then be like, nobody's bought. Why is this happening? Like, why is nobody buying my stuff? And then I was like massively undercharging, like, and over delivering massively as well. Because I think as well, being a spiritual practitioner, we often get shamed for charging our worth. And then through working with you, I kind of did realize that the more money I have, the more impact I can have on the community, right? So I can afford to do more free events. I can afford to do more free things, or to support people in different ways when my nervous system is steady and safe, and I'm not worrying about money or going from feast to famine every month. And then yeah, I just kind of realized, yeah, there was a lot of things I needed to work. Also, I had no idea about the fundamentals of business, like how to do a launch. And when I've done launches the last few months, they've been really hard. And
Yeah,
like,
I'm really glad that we're having this conversation, because you've got a flavour of sales and content before we worked together. I know that during the time that we've worked together, you've been like, understanding messaging to this level is like humbling. It's not been easy, but equally, I'm really glad to be here to understand like the nuances that we're going to when it comes to content and powerful messaging and calling in like your best people. Has that been a bit of a bit of a like, not a shock, or maybe a shock? It's been a shock.
yeah, it was like being thrown in the deep end, but I needed it because I wasn't talking to anybody in the messaging I was delivering. My content was being done by a social media manager, which, like, amazing social media manager, things changed and then she moved on to do different things, and that's great. So it meant that the content got pushed back onto me, and I started to like really panic and be like, oh God, I have to create all my own content now. But then after like months of working with you, which the freedom formula provided, I was like, I feel so much more confident in my messaging because I know who I'm talking to now. Because you know,
Yeah.
we come into this world and we start our businesses because we want to help people. Like, you want to help people with sales, you have your own mission, I have my own mission. And what we want to do is like empower women or empower people, whatever your goal is all around empowerment usually. And it's just like, yeah, it's just one of those things where you really need to take control of it and take control of your content and speak with that authority, which I never was doing before. I was just like, hey, I'm your friendly coach down the road, would you like to come work with me? Like, would you like to do my thing?
100%. I've seen the growth in you go from positioning yourself as the friend next door, that it doesn't matter whether you buy from me or not. Don't worry, like, we can do this anytime. To you stepping into your authority and being like, here's what I am passionately here for. Here's what I'm great at. Here's what nobody else is telling you, and like really owning your space.
Yeah, it took a long time to get there. I think, like, because I had to go on like a journey of rediscovery as well through this whole process. So while I'm like trying to learn, grasp the fundamentals of like business, how you launch, how you create impactful messaging, I was like, who do I want to speak to? Who are the people that really light me on fire? Because I think in the beginning I was doing it because I thought I was doing the right thing. And I thought I kind of knew the people I was working with, but actually I was working with the people who had just been attracted to me. I didn't actually set my target audience of the people I really wanted to work with. And I was just like, that realization when we had that call one time was like, oh my God.
I remember this call.
Yeah, I got off the call and I was like, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, this, what have you been doing, Kirsty? Like, what the heck?
We had one call to talk about your, I think it's the launch plan, didn't we? And in that call, you realised that you no longer wanted to speak to the audience that you'd been speaking to, and actually it was a whole different audience. You wanted to serve in a different way, and it was a whole business shift from that one call. for the excitement that you came off that call with and the clarity and how you've moved since then. You know, and not to say it's all been hunky-dory and all like, you know, go, 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 you know, complete clarity 100% of the time. There's still been messy middles, as there's going to be, and a little bit of like, woo, which I love. But you're focused now, who you're speaking to, who you are coming in for, that level of focus, that level of commitment, and also your ability now to trust your intuition.
Totally. And I think like it came to this point where I had to just burn my entire business down. I had to really detach from what I built. I spent 18 months building this thing that I didn't love, and I had to let it go. And I had to be like, none of the services I'm offering are making me happy. None of the services I'm offering are filling my cup anymore. And I think like people really get stuck in their business because they're afraid to let go of things. But anyway, I let go of everything. I shut my entire business down in terms of services. Even though I was posting online about inner child stuff, I was like, I had no services. I had nothing. I was like, and I started to launch a few things, and I was just like, oh, that felt good. That didn't feel so good. And yeah, leading from a place of feeling has been a huge shift for me. And my intuition has always been there. Obviously, being very spiritual, like it's always there, but I just didn't listen.
There's the part, I think, when you're coming in and you're learning a new strategy, another way of doing things, where you can be focused on that new thing whilst you're honing that new skill. But then when you get comfortable with that skill and you're just like, I can freestyle with this, let me just trust what feels good to me. And now you're moving from a place of such flow, intuition, and like, you all have messaged in the group chat to be like, what do you think of this? 5 minutes later, too late, I'm doing it. And I love that, because it's just like, watching you go, she's on.
Yeah, it's just because it feels right, and it feels like, well, I'm asking other people for their validation on something I know is right. I think it's just sometimes nice to sound the idea out, and I really love the community of like the Freedom Formula as well. Like, I think everybody just hypes each other up. Everyone's like really nice and connected to each other, and like, you know, if you have a question or if you have anything, like obviously you're in there, but there are other girls in there as well that contribute massively. So it's a really beautiful community to grow in as well. Like, because you know, ultimately, like, you need the right soil to grow, don't you? So with like the mini trainings, with like the sessions that we have, which I'm really excited for our session later. Really excited for that one. But I'm excited for all of them, but this was just today. And then, you know, having the community element of it, it just kind of feels like a wrap round hug. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do after October. Like, what do I do now? Like, what the fuck?
We can talk about that when we get closer. But first, I want to talk about now, for where you are now. Let's share with people what's been happening in Kirsty's world. Like, this is your space to take up space, be seen, and celebrate the things that are happening for you, that are happening with such ease and flow and joy now.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you're asking me this like this week, because last week I was a complete puddle. Like, everything that I've been working towards, like, bearing in mind, like, I think a real big shift started to happen in August. So we started working together. I started doing these launches, and what the Freedom Formula did was made me try everything. And then when I started to try everything, I realized the things I really liked and the things I really didn't like, and the reasons why, and had to challenge myself on a load of shit as well, and be like, why don't you like this stuff, Kirsty? Go and have a little word with yourself. So I had to work through that. And then now I kind of got to this point of like, I know what all the tools are. I know what all the tools are in my toolbox, right? So launching, I've done launches back to back to back since since, I don't know what month it is, since like June, July. I've just been doing back to back to back, loving it. Like, it doesn't feel like a chore. It's, you know, I don't feel like any negativity towards it before, when when before, yeah, like literally I would be so negative about it. I'd be like, oh my God, this launch is going to be a huge thing. It's going to drain me. I'm going to do the masterclass, and then I feel shit after the masterclass. And then I do this, I do that. But actually now, like the last masterclass I delivered, I felt so incredible after. I've been doing challenges, free challenges and secret challenges, which has been really exciting and lighting me up. And like the momentum behind that has been huge. And then everything I kind of have been working towards within the Freedom Formula is starting to really come to fruition now. Like, by by the 6th of September, I had 11K month of sales, and that was my first ever. Yeah, yeah. I said like 10K because I hit that, but it was 11K something, and I was just like,
A
that's
week
in the
into
first
the
day.
month.
So I was like, shit, it's happened. It's happened. Like what? And I messaged you last week, and I was like, I'm a puddle, and you were like, go sell more. I was like, I'm a puddle. Yeah.
10K sales a week into the month, and also it happening just out of these high ticket clients coming in, seeing your content, and from sometimes in one piece or one story being like, yes, you're the person for me.
Totally. There wasn't the long drawn out like discovery calls, because I love the discovery calls and getting to know people. But these people felt so much trust in me that they could just sign up, and they just got my vibe, and they knew who I was and what I was doing. And like that means the world to me, like, because now I've got like these beautiful people, like these clients have already started with me, like, because I was like, let's get you in next week. Let's start, like, let's get you started as soon as possible. And yeah, like the first sessions that we've had have already been so healing and so beautiful and so connecting, and like the women have felt so safe with me to be vulnerable. And this is where I'm getting the best results with my clients, right? Where they're feeling safe to be vulnerable, they're feeling safe to be who they are, and communicate what they want. And I had such a beautiful session the other day where a lady was able just to talk through so much stuff that she's never been able to talk through before. And it's stuff like that that really facilitates healing, and then really helps women step into their power. And that's the shit that lights me up.
Yeah, I freaking love this. And also, so there's two things that I want to touch on. One is not just the celebrating the 10K in 10 days, but what did you decide to do as a result of that win that you'd had in your business that you'd been wanting to do for ages that is now in the calendar?
So I always said I'm going to Bali in October, but I'm not going in October, I'm going in November, which I'm going for 2 weeks. And I feel like it's the test to see if this is the right place in the world for me to live. Like, there's so much stuff I want to do. It's the spiritual heart of Bali I'm staying in, which is Ubud, and I literally cannot wait. And I know, like, by going there, I'm going to do my own healing, but I'm going to be so much, like, so much more expanded in my experience. So I decided to use that money for that. I did do some sensible things as well with the money, but I was like, right, I'm going to go because this is actually vital to me expanding it further.
Yeah.
And then also in the same week, like, my reach on Instagram jumped from like 7K to 35K as well. So 35,000 people had eyes on my Instagram page. And this all comes from like the momentum of it all, right? Like, it's
100%. This is when it clicks, it all starts happening at the same time. This is the flow, the momentum, and that's when, like, stay in that state. You're like, go, go, go. Let me experiment here. Let me trust my judgment here. Let me trust my intuition. I'm just going to put out what I feel called to speak about. And so then now you're seeing everything come together with your trust in your intuition and the messaging and content.
Yeah.
You moving and speaking to just your dream people and no one who is outside of that or isn't at the level that you want to work with. But also, giving some context to people who won't have known the work that you've done behind the scenes, is investing in the systems and automations and all the things that you've been setting up over the summer that is now allowing you to have this freedom and flow because you've got stuff in the background working for you.
Yeah, like summer didn't take a day for me. I carried on working, and I carried on working really hard. And then I do feel like that rewarded me in September. And I feel like if because I've been talking about things consistently for months now, people are starting to know who I am, what I'm talking about, where I stand in the world, and what sort of stuff I'm offering. Well, like, if people are taking 2-3 months off over summer, that's great for your personal life. You should always have a good work-life balance. But I think when you're building your business, it's like short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. Like, when you're building your business and you reach a point of stability, you can literally do whatever you want whenever you want. Like, that's how I can just go to Bali for like 2 weeks in November, because I can just do what I want. And then, when I rearrange some other like personal life stuff, I'll probably just move there, and that will be my life. Like,
but I have one that has, I reckon you will.
I'm already there in my mind. But yeah, I'm already there in my body. Do you know what I mean? I know it's right. And like, I literally I said to you the other day, I play with fire because I know I won't want to leave. And you were like, yeah.
What would you say to someone who, because now, like, you're a systems whiz. I know that you're absolutely loving the platform, the automations and things like that. And that wasn't necessarily how you started out. What would you say to someone who, because there could be a lot of women who want to use more tech to support their launches and automations in their business and make things nice and easy so they've got more freedom, but that they're not feeling like a tech whiz just yet? What's been your journey with that?
So like personally, I'm quite good at picking up on tech, and what the game changer was for me is that there's a little instant messenger, little help button where I can click the button and go help. Also, with going with Smarter Flow, like all the templates are already there, so you have a good idea on how to build your own, or you can just modify a template that's already there. Like when you've got email drafts and things like that, when you're struggling for inspiration on how to draft a freaking masterclass email, it's already there for you, so you can and just put your details in, which is a lifesaver in terms of like your energy as well. And I will be honest, it took me a while to build stuff initially, but now I just clone it for every new launch I do, whatever. So the initial investment took probably a good week to set up everything I wanted to, but now I don't have to worry about anything. Like I have a free challenge coming up soon, which is like Wounds to Wisdom, where we're going to start looking at mother wounds, and the automation's already done. Like all the emails are already sent, like set to send. All I have to do on those days is show up in Telegram and say to people, and like drop the bonus stuff that I'm going to talk, and that allows me to be in a really good flow state. Like I'm not having to worry about, or I'm not stressed out about sending a freaking email first thing in the morning. It's already done. And then I can just show up in the channel with like so much energy, so much flow, allow my guidance to be like completely channeled on that day without the stress or worry about all this other little techie bits. And I did, and to be honest, it was a game changer for me, mainly because of the price. Because I literally added up everything that I was doing. So I had a membership platform, I paid MailChimp, I had a calendar thing, I had, all of these different things and all these different logins and all these different sites I had to go to be able to like cut costs and then to put everything into one place and do a better job than what I was doing with all this multiple other stuff. It was just a game changer for me. Totally. Like it was just, yeah. And it was so helpful. Like people are so responsive. You can book it on like free Zoom calls to help you build something or to talk through an issue with you. And the guys in the help box are so cute. They're so cute. I'm always like literally, I'm always in there so much now. I'm like, hey Caesar, how are you? Like literally, we know, like I know them so well now.
First name basis with the tech support.
Yeah. Hey, it's just me. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're always working right now. It's okay.
So people who are watching this back or watching this live, what Kirsty is referring to is the platform that we have inside your Freedom Formula. It's one that I moved on to the start of this year, and then as an option inside your Freedom Formula, you can come onto that platform and everything is already in there in terms of sales pages, masterclasses, opt-in pages, your email templates, like sales, everything, all the copy, messaging, automations are already done. You just need to customize it. So Kirsty's come onto that. And there's a few other ladies that are joining this month as well. So yeah, it's just a recap. And so she's been able to build those automation sequences, workflows, and have everything done, which now means that you can spend the rest of September showing up in your best energy. So I love that. You're protecting your peace, protecting your energy, and getting the excited AF for freaking Bali.
Yeah, I keep like looking at stuff. I'm like, stop looking at stuff. You're not going for like 2 months, but then I'm like, but it's so nice. I want to look at this. And then like look at all the stuff. And I'm like, right, I have so many questions for Sarah. Let's not bombard her all at once.
Well, by November, I will be there. So you'll be like, girl, I'm in Bali. I'm down the road. Where are you?
Yeah, I come to Canggu to find you.
Oh, I'm going to have the best time. And also, message inside the She's Girls community, because I know there's a lot of girls in there who have been to Bali, so they'll all have their recommendations as well. But 100%, you're going to go there for 2 weeks and be like, okay, so everything has changed.
Yeah. I feel like I'm, as a person, going to change a lot and go through a lot of healing there. But also I feel like I'm going to come back, and because of the experience I'll have, it'll be my fuel to push even harder with like my business. And there's two sides of the coin, isn't it? You have to have the business side and you have to have like the self-fulfillment side. And I genuinely feel like so fulfilled when people sign up now. Like sales is so easy for me now because I 100% believe in what I'm doing. And I wouldn't have been able to have found that if I hadn't gone through like this process with you, Sarah, like in understanding the freedom formula, understanding launches, understanding everything you can do. And like, you know, in those moments where things are really hard and I really wanted to give up, you were like, no, keep going. Don't you dare give up now. So yeah, so just thank you so very much, like a public thank you, because
you angel. No, absolutely. You know, I'm a love and self coach through and through, and so when those little wobble moments happen, I can bring you back into, Kirsty, you're so much bigger in this world. Like your place here, your reason for being here, your mission here. And I know that so many people, if not everybody, needs the work of Kirsty.
Everybody needs inner child healing. Everyone. When I talk about it to people, everyone's like, "Oh my god, everybody needs that," and I'm like, mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Well, I'm so like happy to see you thriving and have gone through this process of like learning. And it's almost like, I guess, going back to like, what you're doing as a child, you know, when you're fitting those squares and triangles into the holes and trying to figure out the tessellating shapes and how to make it fit. You have definitely gone through that process inside your freedom formula to find what works for you, how you like to, what feels good to you, to be in alignment, to make your things fit in the right hole for you and actually then fly because of it. So really, really happy to see you just in your best energy now, being like, woohoo!
And there has been failure along the way. Like, I'm not going to lie, I had a launch completely flopped, and it's because of the energy behind it, because I wasn't doing the right thing, all of that stuff. Like, it hasn't always been perfect, but the learning has been like invaluable. And also, like, a big thing about when we're children, we don't care about making mistakes, but when we're adults, it's really important to us that we get everything perfect. But you created a space where I felt safe to make mistakes, and I think that is something that shouldn't be overlooked either, because we need to feel safe in order to make mistakes and to learn and to grow, and not everybody provides that.
Thank you. 100%. I think that there's so much value in quote unquote failure, because that's where you learn. Because when everything's hunky-dory and it's all winning and you're in flow, you're just so excited to be in flow, you're just like, let me just go. And so you're not necessarily analyzing what you're doing, but when it doesn't go to plan, you have to. And so that different level of looking at exactly what you were doing or why things didn't work, that then allow the flow to come later on when you can learn from those lessons. And so there's been a summer of trying different things and experimenting that is now meaning you're having the September that you're having, and what's going to continue through October, November. We're just going to see Kirsty fucking fly, quite literally, through the sky to Bali.
And it feels so exciting, and everything I'm delivering really feels like it's coming from the heart, which I know that sounds so cliche, but it feels like it's coming from the heart, and it's being like that soul-based heart, you know, heart-based leader that I've always wanted to be. So yeah, but I've got all the tools in my toolbox now, which makes this life a lot easier. So yeah, and from the automations to like all the lessons with you, to the failures, to everything, like I wouldn't change a single thing about the last few months.
What a journey! How exciting! You're going to finish this year like an entirely different version of you to the one that started this year.
No.
How exciting. So give us a little glimpse. I know there's some stuff that you're not ready to talk about just yet, so it's to be revealed later, but what can we expect from Kirsty over the months coming up?
So at the moment we have got a brand new challenge that is starting next Tuesday on full moon. It's Wounds of Wisdom, and it's about healing your mother wound. We're not going to heal you in 3 days. Get too excited about that. What we're going to do is we're going to start open that door of like everything in the cupboard, and then like you gently just want to like peek in. That's what this is designed to do. Just start bringing those things into your awareness so that you can start to work on them. I will be hosting a mini mind, which will be in October, which is all around mother wounds and healing the mother wounds. And then in December, a follow-up mini mind all around inner child connection. There is hopefully going to be an event which it's gotten a bit out of hand. It's got a lot bigger than I planned.
Okay.
But
strategy.
like, to be honest though, like if you had said to me like at the start of the year, you're going to hold a group of like 50 women in a space. I'd be like, no. But like now my nervous system is like so calm and so chill. I'm like, yeah, why can't I fit more in?
Well, and without giving too much away, you sent me a picture of the potential venue yesterday, and I was like, freaking gold. The women that come into this are going to have a life-changing experience.
Yeah. And I've got like, and by doing this, like the event specifically, it clicked in a lot of things. So like I really understood why I did certain things along the way on this journey. But now I'm like, oh, that's why I did that thing, because I was actually preparing for this moment. So yeah, so it's all coming together, which is like scary but incredible.
How freaking exciting. Okay, well, how can people come into your world or join your email list so that they're first to hear about this event and the mini mind and the challenge that's coming up?
So just simply like DM me, just give me a follow, DM me, and I will send you the link so you can get signed up straight away. So yeah, and it'd be great if people want to talk more. If anything in this really resonated with you, like come ask me questions, come talk to me. Like I love to talk about this because yeah, I talk about business, but from like the mindset process rather than being like a business coach, if that makes sense. But yeah, this kind of side of stuff is so vital. Even like, and as a spiritual person, I really struggled with it because I'm so floaty and like chaotic. I'm just chaos on legs sometimes. But yeah, it's been such a grounding and incredible experience, which was made easy. That's the key.
Amazing. I love this. Right, what's one parting message you want to leave with people who are either live or catching us on the replay? What's one thing you want to leave them with?
Everything that you've ever wanted is entirely possible. The only thing that's stopping you is you. And when you start to really take your business seriously and unlock the next level, you invest in somebody to help you get there. And that's from my own experience, that's from my clients' experience, that's from working with you, Sarah. Like it's a whole thing. Invest in you can only get so far on your own. And it took me a long time to realize that. And then, you know, I had to forgive myself, go through that process of I could be a lot further along than I am now if I had just asked for help. So
amazing. I love this. It's been an absolute joy to speak to you today. It's a joy to speak to you freaking every day. I love our chats inside your Freedom Formula because we've got such a like wild, weird warrior set of women in there. I freaking love it. When I come and open that chat, I never know what topic of conversation is going to be happening. And I'll be like, what is it today? Who knows? I freaking love it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie's just coming on. Hey, Emily. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kirsty. Celebrating your 10K in less than 10 days. We've still got so much more of the month to come. For anyone that's watching and you're wanting to get inside a Kirsty's challenge, just hosting it next week. So that's 3-day challenge, I think you said? With 5?
Yeah.
3-day challenge. So 100% go. Everybody can have healing around and just an understanding around what your relationship to your mum might be causing the way that you do things now.
Yeah.
So absolutely go sign up to our 3-day challenge. Kirsty, celebrating you for your incredible success in September and booking your trip to Bali. This is going to be the start of such a like chapter shift for you. This is Kirsty season 2. Woo!
Villain era like 2.0.
Yeah, baby, the evolution. You know, you've gone through the, I called it like a catalyst, not catalyst, is it chrysalis of, you know, growth is coming, but it feels uncomfortable and you can kind of feel like, what, you know, what isn't clicking? Or I know in my period, I wanted to feel like I just wanted to shove because I felt constricted. I knew the growth would happen on the other side, but I just got to go through that, what is this trying to teach me phase? And then when it comes, you're just like, boom, spread your wings and go. And this is where you are now.
I know. And it's really scary as well as exciting. And yeah, again, it comes back to being safe and feeling held in the spaces I'm in. So yeah.
Well, we'll be squeezing you in person in November.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Kirsty. If you're watching live or if you're catching the replay and you've got any questions for us, I'll post this now. I'll have it on both of our feeds so that you can watch it both ways. Drop us a comment or a question underneath. We'll come back to you. But for the meantime, Kirsty, sending you love always. And for everyone watching, yeah, send us a message if you've got any questions at all. Go sign up to her free challenge next week, and I'll see you all soon.
Bye, everyone.
See
Bye.
you.